Welcome to Supply Chain Short Takes, a brief discussion with industry experts on important issues affecting supply chain management. I'm David Maloney, the Group Editorial Director at DC Velocity and Supply Chain Exchange. I have two guests with me today. Cody Upp is Head of Commercial Robotics at Zebra Technologies, and also with us is Alex Odell, Senior Vice President of Integrated Operations at CTL Global. CTL Global is currently in the process of deploying Zebra Symmetry Fulfillment, which is a highly efficient person-to-goods assisted picking solution. Welcome, gentlemen. It's good to have you with us today. Let's start with you, Alex. What specific operational challenges or opportunities in your operation led you to explore Zebra's solutions? And what was happening in your operations that prompted you to seek out new technologies?
Sure, I can give you some background here. First, CTL is a third-party logistics provider, or 3PL, and we serve a broad variety of clients in the warehousing and fulfillment space. And so we operate in a pretty dynamic environment. We're always evaluating new technologies and exploring opportunities around automation. But in this particular case, there were several challenges that we were faced. For the past few years, we've been experiencing a tight labor market and rising costs, and that's been paired with an increasingly competitive landscape for fulfillment services. So we were feeling the squeeze kind of between those opposing forces. And in response to that, we were seeking solutions to optimize our warehouse labor. And more specifically, we were focused on picking activities because they represent a lion's share of the overall warehouse labor. So essentially, we were looking to increase our efficiency in picking and ideally expand our capacity and really create more elastic capacity with our workforce without kind of overly burdening the company with a heavy capital investment.
That makes sense. Alex, what were some of the core reasons that ultimately led you to select Zebra Robotics Automation over other AMR solutions available in the market?
There were some high-level project criteria, including some real-world benefits, in this case, streamlining the operational process. We had some desired economic benefits by way of the return on investment. And speed to market is really a key consideration. We typically expect to realize the ROI on a project like this within 2 years. And the Zebra AMR solution helped us achieve those objectives in a handful of ways. In terms of process and efficiency, the Zebra system stood above the competition by minimizing the bot to picker ratio, while we were still realizing, productivity gains that Zebra specifically brings with their software and their team intelligence approach to allocating work and keeping the people and the equipment on task. So that lean AMR fleet was a critical factor in meeting our ROI and our timing constraints. Also, as a brownfield site, one that's in full operation, we really wanted to minimize the disruption to the existing operations, and this particular AMR solution overlaid quite naturally with our existing storage infrastructure, and the wire rack picking carts that we're utilizing were a very familiar form factor for our picking team.
Alex, those all sound like very good goals. And Cody, from a Zebra perspective, can you share insights into the development of the solution and explain how it is differentiated from other person-to-goods assisted picking solutions?
Absolutely. So there's a number of AMR providers that have been out there in the market for 10 plus years. What we really sought to do was to maximize the investment for our clients. And the way that we approached this was through a radical improvement in utilization. At the heart of that utilization improvement, we have this element of decoupling carts at induction and takeoff. Second to that is this ability to group carts together onto a tour, maximize the capacity of any given cart, which is about 300% greater than the current state solutions in the marketplace, and then group those large capacity carts together onto a tour so that anytime an operator is entering into an aisle, we're maximizing the number of orders per trip that they're making. As a result of all this, we're able to reduce the number of robots overall in the design by about 30%.
Alex, you shared earlier about the goals that you had, but once the system is fully operational, what are the main benefits you expect to realize in terms of efficiency, accuracy, or customer satisfaction?
Yeah, I think we're expecting to gain some benefits in all of those areas. We've done some benchmarking, and we're really targeting or expecting to see a double-digit improvement in specifically the picking rates. We also are already seeing an increase in visibility to the individual performance of our team. And the Zebra system really provides detailed metrics on the current activities, historical activities, and all the way down to, interactive maps of where the bots and the people are and what activities they're assigned. So there's just an enhanced awareness of what's going on right now in the operation. And we also are expecting that the system will provide some scalability within our existing warehouse walls. So we're looking to serve more clients and support existing client growth without having to really expand our physical footprint.
To follow up on that, how does the technology allow you to strategically differentiate CTL as a third-party logistics provider?
Yeah, as a 3PL, it's a broad term in a crowded marketplace. So we tend to focus on speed and flexibility as kind of critical factors for our success. Our client mix and our work mix is always evolving. And we feel that the Zebra AMR solution provides us with, hardware plus software plus process solution that we feel gives us an advantage in picking efficiency. But it's also very flexible in terms of how we size and scale the system. Even down to where and how we can utilize the bots for various warehouse activities. Without any fixed equipment, the solution also brings us some flexibility in terms of where we can roll the solution out. So we're looking to bring on clients more quickly and serve them efficiently with the proven process and really deliver on CTL's count on us mantra. There's a lot of options out there in the AMR space, and we feel that the Zebra solution was really a good fit for us.
That all sounds very good. Cody, you have a number of these systems out in the field. What kind of feedback are you gathering from customers, and how is it being used to refine future deployments and product development?
Yeah, great question. So I think, really two parts. The first is largely around that argument of sweating the asset. And there's so much more that we can do in terms of increasing the utilization of the fleet that we've already sold to CTL. Not only in terms of the picking utilization, but just the extensibility of the platform to handle different workflows within their operation. The second piece outside of sweating the investment that CTL has made is largely around unifying the operation. We are one of the first providers to really connect all the agents in a process, in a system, in a way that allows us to have extreme levels of predictability in terms of service levels, throughput, and the management of labor and AMRs. And we did this by digitizing it, right? So every operator in the building is now digitized, every AMR is digitized, every cart is digitized. So our ability to forecast throughput, our ability to forecast service levels, our ability to meet cutoff times continues to be one of the greatest strengths of the solution design principles of Zebra Symmetry.
Cody, how would someone get more information about the technology that we discussed today?
Yeah, please feel free to visit us on our website at zebra.com or feel free to reach out to us directly. My contact is cody.up@zebra.com.
Thank you, Cody and Alex, for being with us today. We've been talking with Cody Upp of Zebra Technologies and Alex Adell of CTL Global, and this has been Supply Chain Short Takes.